Hola, me llamo Allayah Scott Hart. El país que yo selección fue Mexico. Why did I choose Mexico? I've always known Mexico to be a historic, interesting country to visit. They are filled with amazing people and interesting things to see. Also, my parents visit Cancun, Mexico for their honeymoon as well. Why did I choose Mexico? I chose Mexico because it is one of the most largest historic countries on the map. I also know Mexico to be a beautiful country filled with amazing people. There are interesting activities to do. There are amazing things to see as well. Historical interesting aspects of Mexico's history. First, let's talk about what is Mexico's background. This country was an ancient land that long before the arrival of the Europeans had already seen the rise and fall of the used great Indian empires. Mexico has always been an aspect country of Indian people as well. They also came from Indians. Back in the day, Mexico was a huge country where Indian people and Mexicans collided. So therefore, they were counted as people that came from Indians, and they also collided that a region together as well. Come forward so they can see. The historical part I chose for Mexico was the drug cartel. That's them exchanging money and coke, and that's when they got arrested. Mm. Historical event, the war against drugs. The war against drugs occurred in Mexico on the day of July 15th, 1990. The Mexican government has been fighting a war with drug lords since the 90s. As time progressed, the Mexican drug cartels have been rising and increasing day by day. Over 300,000 plus homicides has happened in Mexico in the last year due to this crime. Although this is ancient history, this crime is still alive until this day. This aspect has affected Mexico's by the US government having conflict with the Mexican government. I chose historical because this crime is happening right now today as we speak. This crime has been going on in Mexico for over a decade. I learned that it is extremely hard to stop drug trafficking in Mexico. Children are also being subjected to this crime. Children in Mexico are suffering from this behavior, and it is a huge struggle for the parents. Hopefully, this crime will quickly come to an end so that the people of Mexico can at last be at peace. And I also want to add that the reason why the drug lords choose children to do their dirty work is because they know that the authorities will not go so hard on the child. They will also take it easy. That's why they hunt and they seek for children to do this dirty work for them, so that they know that the authorities will probably like let the child go. Oh, he or she is just a baby. Yeah, don't take it so hard on him or her. That's why they choose children to do their dirty work for them. Sad. And I also added the hands, the praying hands. Like, God, pray for this world, as you can see. Now, I'm going to compare and contrast this aspect with the United States of America. Drug trafficking happens in America as well. Drug lords manage to use children to sell drugs for them in certain parts of the United States, such as Florida, Charleston, Atlanta, Pennsylvania, and New York. However, the homicides in America is not as huge as Mexico's homicides due to drug crimes. There are not as many drug wars that happens in America compared to Mexico. Now in America, the cartels used to be in Orangeburg, South Carolina as well, but they're no longer here anymore. And they used to do this comparison to use kids to sell drugs from them where I live, but they're no longer here. So, comparing and contrasting, it kind of, drug trafficking kind of still does happen in America, but it's not as bad as Mexico, if that makes sense. All right. My favorite, Mexico's celebration of Christmas. In Mexico, Christmas is celebrated from December 12th to January 6th. From December 16th to Christmas Eve, children perform the pasado processions or pasados. Pasado is Spanish for inn or lodging. For the pasados, the outside of houses are decorated with evergreens, moss, and paper lanterns. Come forward. These are the children. This is how they celebrate Christmas in their country. Mexico's celebration of Christmas is more so compared to my culture. My family and I celebrated Christmas from December 20th to January 1st. During our Christmas celebrations, my family and I would somehow get together and build the Christmas tree before Christmas, and we'll always decorate outside with the reindeers, the Christmas lights, and everything of Christmas nature. We always celebrate Christmas. We start celebrating Christmas December 1st. Like, Christmas is our favorite holiday of the year, especially my mother's. During our Christmas celebrations, children perform in plays and sing Christmas carols. My family also decorates with Christmas lights, as I just said. Out of all of the holidays in the year, Christmas is our favorite holiday, and we can't wait for this year. Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo is a person that I chose. She was a well-known painter in Mexico, and because I love painting so much, I decided to research a famous person from Mexico heritage that does painting, and I chose Frida Kahlo. She was born in Coyoacán, Mexico City. She was a well-known painter known for many portraits, self-portraits, and her work inspired the nature and artifacts of Mexico. She was inspired by the country's popular culture. She also employed a native folk art style to explore questions of identity, post-colonialism, gender class, and race in Mexican cities. One of her major accomplishments were, in 1946, she received the National Prize of Arts and Sciences, which was conferred upon her by the Ministry of Public Education. This is her come forward so you can see. She was a beautiful woman as well. And she painted well. She was a good painter. That's the end of my presentation. I hope you guys enjoy. Now, moving on to part 2, Segunda parte 2. Yo sé que en el futuro usaré mi conocimiento de lo que he aprendo en esta clase. Sé que en el futuro mi conocimiento de lo que he aprendo en esta clase. Yo aprendí los idiomas felices del español. No me gusta presentar, no me gusta hablar frente a las multitudes. Las actividades. Las actividades de mi grupo está creando una presentación. Brianna, Rachel, Jamie y Abby. Nosotros presente a clase un país español que elegimos y contratamos. Su historia. Fue un largo viaje, pero lo logré. Adios. Hola! You thought I was finished? No. Mexican celebrate that holiday by dancing, this is how I celebrate my holiday by dancing. Go ahead.